I know you want to do your show number, but you can't do it now.
I can't do my show number.
You can't do the show number.
And I can't tell everybody I forgot to delete
all the
stuff.
We've already done this opening now for the second time. This is going to be a second one.
It's a live show. And one thing I would like to say quickly is I noticed that in sitting in this chair, there's a mirror over there.
Yeah, that's amazing that you couldn't just like turn your head this way and see it. I mean, obviously you're very camera focused because of the diva that you are.
Oh, I am a diva.
So yeah, so you're very camera focused. Now you got a mirror and a camera. I'm getting kind of worried that neutral zone infraction at some point the camera's only going to be aimed at you and they're just going to hear me off to the side there.
We've had a couple of people ask us to move the camera closer to our faces. I do not know what that one's about.
I don't know either.
And,
I don't know if maybe they want to say, see, I told you, they're not ready. It's like when they're further back, you can't really tell as much. But now, look at this.
And someone did mention that
they're going to put us on one of those hot or not websites, and we're just not going to get very liked on that.
It's like being mediocre, man. As far as I'm concerned,
it's like
you were mentioned.
We were mediocre.
And someone did want Randy to wear not just his 3 plain shirts that he has.
I like my shirts.
So Randy drug this wrinkled thing out of the bottom of
I wrote down this right here.
The bottom of a hamper, I think.
No, it was just sitting on the floor in the closet. I just figured I'd grab this one. Yeah, look at that.
Anybody that knows who this jersey belongs, not whose number with that
corresponds to, what player wore this
and you
number?
Call in the next 2 days.
We'll give you this mug.
No, I like that mug. What's wrong?
They're not gonna call in because they're not gonna know who this is.
Okay,
there are people that didn't even know who Juice Dan Wilson was.
Who is that?
I've already explained that to you in another show. This is neutral zone infraction. I don't think we said that on the re.
I got this mug, and I think it's a cool mug at the thrift store.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It just means maybe someone died. That's what happens. AFC, NFC Championship. I'd like to find a Bronco mug from the '98 Super Bowl like that.
Yeah.
Cold highlights. Randy doesn't like it. I think it's cool.
Because it's got the Patriots on it. Turn it the other way. Turn it. Face it on the good side.
But they lost.
They did lose, but it's a better looking helmet and it's a better team, and I don't like the Patriots and Bill Belichick.
So today's show is. Did we ever say that?
No, not.
I never listen.
But it's because you're not paying attention. You got to pay attention. These are people that the future already bust, and they've only been in the league for about a couple of years. And we're not going to say they're completely bust yet, because they could go somewhere else.
Yeah,
have a decent career. But right now, they look like they are going to Bustville.
They are going to Bustville, and there are people in Bustville waiting.
Who do you think's going to drive that Bustville?
Well, the number and they're in no order.
We don't have them in any order.
The first 2 are though.
Yeah, the first 2 are first 2. Well, the first one.
Okay, we're going with the first one. Are you ready for it? RG3. And I said, I think you should draft RG3 over Luck. And
you were wrong.
And I would have been wrong. But
boy, what a general manager you would have been.
Okay, but hold on. I made
Remember
how
all
much
the stuff they gave up, the Redskins gave up to pick up?
How much would have I been paid to make that pick? Not much. I was paid nothing to make that pick. There was somebody that was paid a lot of money to make that pick.
There was.
So they screwed up.
Well, this is also the Ryan Leaf, Peyton Manning thing all over again, basically. Both what we have to remember is that RG3 was just as highly touted as Andrew Luck. Mm-hmm. And the Colts, both times, have made the right decision on picking these quarterbacks.
Who did you take during that draft?
On that, Andrew Luck. Well, absolutely taken.
I know you, and I would have taken RG. How about Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf?
I would have taken Ryan Leaf. I was one of those guys. I saw he had a cannon for an arm. I would have taken him. So yeah, I'm 50-50. I'd have gotten Luck right. I'd have gotten Manning real wrong.
That's okay. You know what? I agree. I find it sad that I agree, but I also find it sad that this is a guy that I think has so much potential, and I don't know. Sometimes I think it's not him; it's coaching. But there's something there.
Well, but he keeps getting rid of his coaches. He complained about the Shanahans. He's now complaining about Jay Gruden. He's a baby. He's a big baby. RG3 baby. He's a baby. He's a whiny little baby. He's all about himself. And I don't really care if he's successful or not. I really don't. I have this dread though. This is my dread that RG3 is going to end up a Bronco. Because Peyton Manning will retire, we'll need a quarterback, and somebody in our front office will go, Elway will go, I used to scramble like
Elway doesn't make those mistakes.
That's true. Elway makes good decisions.
You take that back right now, straight up.
Oh, he might see something.
No, he won't. No.
I hope he
Wrong.
doesn't. John, don't see anything in it.
John won't. John's the best.
It's like, I hope.
If you don't believe me, you just should believe
No,
me.
you just stop it.
Number 2 on our list.
Well, we're not doing numbers. He's just the second one we're going to mention.
That's a number. I can't remember his name.
Jadeveon Clowney.
I can remember it. I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
I wrote Jade Clowney.
Yeah, Jade Clowney. Well, Jadeveon Clowney, you know, let's face it. Towards the end of his college career, he stopped. He's basically stopped playing hard.
He did
for the University of South Carolina
because he wanted the money and he didn't want to get hurt.
He didn't want to get hurt. Understood.
Got it.
So he gets picked with the first pick. Everybody thought he would.
I thought he should be the first pick.
Absolutely, I did too.
I was wrong.
I thought he should be the first pick. I thought he was the best player in the draft.
There's a place for me in the NFL.
But
I was wrong twice.
But the major issue with him is injuries. We don't know that he's necessarily a bust just yet. He just hasn't been healthy enough. But his first season is a bust. He has 7 tackles.
He has
7 tackles. First pick of the draft.
I think I could get 5 tackles in a season. I think I could.
You know, it
would hurt.
I think you would have to be where a crowd of people is. I think you would have to be the pile-on guy. I don't think you would be the first one to make the tackle. I think you'd be the guy that just kind of jumps on the pile after, he's been stopped.
True that.
I think you'd get half a tackle. So you'd get like 10 half a tackles and get your 5 tackles.
I don't think I could get 10 and a half.
I think you could. I
don't
think you could get 10 half tackles.
I don't see me digging through a pile. Okay, anyway, he's already down. Sure you don't want to slide?
Why doesn't the quarterback slide when he gets to me? It's like he slides for everybody else, but when he gets to me, he just keeps running.
Puts his shoulder down and tries to hurt me. What the hell?
Slide! I'm on defense. You're supposed to slide when I'm in front of you.
Yeah.
I feel so...
You know what? That would really hurt.
That would really suck if somebody like Colt McCoy lowered their shoulder
and tried to hit you.
It's just like, wow, I get no respect. I am the Rodney Dangerfield, Charlie Brown of the NFL.
He would never want to end up in a pile
I guarantee, I don't think any of them would slide for us. I think they would just say, I can run through him.
I think Drew Brees might slide for me.
I think
RG3 might.
I think Kyle Orton would slide. Because I think Kyle Orton, because you watched him in that last game, Kyle Orton cowered every time there was a defensive player even close to him.
I bet you Peyton Manning would slide.
I think so too. I don't think Peyton Manning would run
I don't know if he does slide. I think he actually just falls
I think he falls. I think he just falls.
Okay, Jadeveon Clowney, I agree with you. I had him picked to be the bomb of, just going to tear it up. We're going to have Watt and this guy. It is going to be really cool. Really cool. Epic cool.
Oh, yeah. To have those two guys rushing the passer and
I don't know.
J.J. Watt has had to do it all by himself.
And what's he wear that elbow thing for? That's kind of cool.
I don't know. He saw Barry Bonds wear it and he wanted one.
Ooh. I want one.
I think he watches a lot of wrestling. I think he wants to drop an elbow smash on someone. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what? J.J. Watt, you do whatever you want because you're the bomb. You are the class of defensive ends in the NFL right now.
I think he's the best defensive player in the NFL, period.
He truly is.
Not a bust.
Not a bust. He may have a bust someday in the Hall of Fame.
He may. They're a nice little segue.
Now, there's somebody that won't, RG3, and I'm beginning to think Jadeveon Clowney won't either. Now, this next, and I'm saddened on him because he has everything. Every tool, the physical, maybe not the mental. But I'm moving on. I'm going to let you say this next one because I wrote it down really fast, and I never have.
Manti Te'o.
Okay, and we already know you are the best at pronouncing names. Now, I told Randy when he said Manti
Te'o.
Mount
Everest Te'o, obviously.
I've only had one. Randy lets me drink during the show, so it's a 4-hour show. No. So anyway, this guy, Te'o, I think they drafted him because he sounds like Seau. And they thought, man, we're back.
Yeah, I get it. But, not every Hawaiian player that comes into the NFL is going to be Junior Seau.
I think he was Samoan.
So, what?
He might have been Samoan.
I think he was Hawaiian.
I thought he was Samoan.
He might have been.
It really doesn't matter. We could ask Rolf.
Well, Manti Te'o was from Hawaii.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember, he had the imaginary girlfriend. That was a guy in Hawaii.
A lot of us have had imaginary girlfriends.
I'm
not surprised that you don't have one now.
We talk about Manti Te'o, and it's like we used to sit there and we used to think, on the Madden game, they have the awareness rating of your defensive players. Well, we thought, here's a guy that got fooled by another guy who made him think he was his girlfriend from another state. His awareness rating probably on defense is 0. He's probably got no aware.
And you know what?
That's probably why he probably would be pretty good. He can't get to the stadium. He can't find. His awareness of the job is so bad he can't even make it to whatever their San Diego Qualcomm Park. I don't know.
We don't know. We think we did one.
But man, he's second round pick. He's a bust.
Did we ever do that one on stadiums?
I don't know.
We need to do that one because Qualcomm was stupid.
It was a stupid.
The next one we have on our list, and I totally am in agreement with Randy on this, is
Tavon Austin.
I was really close.
You were Tavon. You know, I don't think you should ever do the job where it's like, second round, when Roger Goodell goes and sits down, and then they have the other.
I can do Roger Goodell.
You can't, but you're not going to be able to do the other guy.
Oh, hell no.
Because I could just see, Ezekiel Anza comes up, and you're just going to go ethical
enema. I can do the teams. He was drafted by the Rams. And I would like to say this. For this season, the Rams, man, if they could get an RG3, even that bad, they could be a really good team.
They just need a quarterback.
Somebody. And I'm available to hand off.
I am too.
If anyone needs me. Can I hand off to you?
No, I can't get to the line.
No. Okay.
I guarantee you any defensive tackle. It's like by the time I get to the line, I'll probably be tired.
You know what? If the guys do their job...
I hope they don't start me back in the...
If the guys do their job, I shouldn't get hit.
Yeah, but they may not want to do their job for you.
Oh, I could piss them off.
You'd probably piss them off on purpose.
Tell me what you don't like about Mr. Austin.
Tavon Austin, 8th pick in the draft by the Rams. I thought... everybody wanted him to be Percy Harvin. Well, Percy Harvin hasn't been that great either. But with the 8th pick in the draft, you're not supposed to take a punt returner. And that's basically all Tavon Austin is. He's a punt returner. He's not that good of a wide receiver. With the 8th pick in the draft, punt returner.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm good at it. I have to say that unless you are the Denver Broncos in the 60s, they drafted only punters.
We drafted defensive backs in the running era of football.
Right.
And we drafted a lot of kickers. We loved kickers.
And we figured kick returners would have to be drafted along. So unless you're the Broncos in the 60s. I wanted to say that because I think that's funny. Not ha, but it's funny.
It's like...
Okay, to me, I agree. And he probably doesn't do that good, but they don't mess up much on drafts. Well, no.
Okay, look at the Rams right now. The record. They lost to the Arizona Cardinals, who lost their second-string quarterback and had to use their third-string quarterback, and their second-string quarterback wasn't that good because Sean Hill could not score more than 6 points against the Arizona Cardinals at home.
Yeah, he's pathetic. You know what? Whoever's doing defense does a pretty good job.
They are doing a pretty good job. Well, Fisher is a defensive coach.
Well, he needs to maybe...
He needs to invest in an offensive...
He needs to go to one of those college...
Mike Shanahan could draft some offensive players for him.
That's a good point. Okay, the next one. Now, this guy, I can say this name, Kenny Vaccaro, by the Saints. I don't know what he was drafted at, but he
was actually the 15th pick.
He played very well last year. This year, Randy came up with a stat. How many missed tackles?
Okay, last year he missed 3 tackles all of last season. This year he's already missed 18 tackles.
I could miss that many.
I could miss that many and get paid millions of dollars. I could miss all of them if you'll pay me.
And you know what? And Sean Payton has... There's a lot of Seans on today's show. Wow. They don't spell them right, though. Sean Payton has decided, to just kick over the apple cart, if you will, because things are going bad. And they are going bad.
When you lose 4 in a row at home, and you're supposed to be a division winner in that division...
And the division winner is probably going to be 5-11.
Or 4-11-1, I don't know, 5-11, 5-10-1.
I have to say, I think the NFL, when they cracked down on him for Bountygate, I think it did a lot more. He had a whole year he didn't coach.
But last season they were a playoff team last season.
Things change. Maybe they caught up with it.
I don't know.
Okay, but Kenny Vaccaro,
they say he's trying to learn a new position. He was It's like he was more of a nickelback, and now he's kind of a true strong safety.
Right.
So they've kind of moved him back, and he's kind of having to relearn the whole thing. But right now he doesn't look too spectacular while doing it. So
Thank you for
he's
not
a
laughing
potential
at that.
bust. No, I wasn't gonna laugh at that.
Next one, and this guy, E.J. Manuel.
You're just so happy when you can pronounce the names, aren't you? You just love that.
Anyone I can, I am.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm gonna leave it.
Oh, you leave me Jadeveon Clowney and Manti Te'o, and you go and take E.J. Manuel.
Manti Te'o sounds like...
Yeah.
Looks like Mao Zedong.
Well, how'd you even pronounce that?
I don't know.
I think you just put words together when you see names like that.
You gotta hear me sing. I just add my own words.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
So anyway, E.J. Manuel, I had a lot of high hopes. He came out with the Jets, Geno Smith, but I had a lot of high hopes for E.J. Manuel. He was with the Bills. He looked good. He had a good first year.
He came out of Florida State.
Do we maybe? You know what? One of the problems with the NFL is he going to be a bust? I don't know, but I will tell you this, and I'm unanimous in this. I think the NFL has no patience for anything or anybody anymore.
Mm-hmm.
A guy was given a chance. I don't know if I said it before, but Terry Bradshaw didn't work out right away. John Elway was thrown to the fire, and I think he did work out pretty quick, and so Dan Marino. But they did have some. They were just exceptional. They're so much better than these guys, but still. Not many.
You look at it, okay, back in the day you had the patience to wait. But you see so many worst to first stories. Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks that they can be the worst to first story. So if you're worse, you want to go to first. So they're unloading all these players way before they really give them a chance. A guy like E.J. Manuel is probably not going to have the chance that he probably should because there's no patience for it anymore. You have to get your results now, and that's why Kyle Orton is in there.
And another.
It's like, how bad are you if Kyle Orton takes over your job?
Oh, you suck.
You have to be doing really bad.
Can I just say this? May I use the word we use? Mediocre.
Oh, yeah.
Randy and I decided it's like a drinking, one of those drinking games where every time we use the word mediocre, somebody should take a drink.
Somebody should drink every time we say mediocre. Just keep saying mediocre. We could have people drunk by the end of the show.
No, don't, because I really am not that good when I have a buzz. And we know that. I watched one of our shows.
But I mean, E.J. Manuel, it's like, does he get better when he has a change of location? Because at some point, you either have to decide that this guy's going to be your quarterback. And a lot of people thought that when he was drafted with the 15th or 16th pick in the draft, they were reaching for a quarterback.
Sure, they are.
None of the quarterbacks that were in that draft were really that talented. They were reaching. They were just trying to get somebody. So it was a reach pick.
I don't think unless you're absolutely 100% sure, and I'm not going to get on the Redskins about this, because I did think RG3 would be a good quarterback. Andrew Luck was special. And there are quarterbacks out there once in a blue moon that are special. For the most part, don't waste the pick. Winston's coming up here. I'm going to tell you what. Don't draft him number one. You heard it here first. If you get the number one pick, don't do it.
The thing is, Jameis Winston will probably not go number one because of his problems with the media, his problems in his personal life, his problems. He's got so many issues and bad things hanging over his head. I don't think you could take him with the first pick in the draft. Even if he proves to be a very good quarterback somewhere down the road, you can't take him with the first pick in the draft. Because if that pick fails, if he goes to jail, if he has more of these episodes and gets suspended for a long time, because they just redid the...
starts hanging out where Roethlisberger did?
It starts hanging out where Roethlisberger...
That's a hard thing to say. Yeah.
But it's like, they just redid that whole conduct policy in the NFL, so...
How odd is that? In the NFL, you're not allowed to beat your women now.
Yeah, it's like, go figure.
Wow, you don't... just letting everybody know out there, before that, I guess it was okay.
It was okay.
But now we've decided in the NFL we're not allowed to smack people around. And I shouldn't have said your women like that, because that did come out wrong, but I didn't know how else to put it.
But yeah, now
or your kids. We're learning not your kids either.
It's like it seems like they might be taking this a little bit more seriously than they did in the past.
I agree.
But now they can be suspended. Now, if they get accused,
what about sexual assault?
If they get accused, is
that in there? I'd like to know if that's in there.
Now they have a new thing. If you get accused, the committee can decide that you're suspended, but you get suspended with pay until the judicial system says yay or nay to whatever you did.
I don't have a problem with that.
Your suspension starts. Then they do a different suspension, and that is with no pay.
I don't have any problem with that. People are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, even Roethlisberger.
Well, they even said, I think that guy from San Francisco that was being given a real hard time. They were. I think his name was McDonald. Yeah. Everybody was giving him a hard time because he was accused, and they were playing him. They ended up actually, I think the charges were either dropped or something happened where he wasn't guilty.
She tripped.
So it's like it was one of those things where he would have missed some games, he would have gotten a suspension, lost some money,
Right.
and maybe he was.
No,
Now don't quote me on that because I don't know the exact.
We never
of all
know.
that,
Don't quote us on anything.
Yeah, don't quote us on anything.
But I mean, the NFL is actually doing the right thing. You can't do that.
But they're doing the right thing after the fact. It's like after
the horses
somebody...
got out. Let's shut the door. That's how we are in society, though.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times my damn dog ran down the street before I shut the door and then brought her back. No offense, baby. All the neutral zone distractions back.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the next one quickly, Geno Smith. He was taken in the second round, and I can pronounce that name. He was taken by the Jets. One thing I would like...
You didn't even pronounce the Jets.
You're mean.
Jets, Jets, Rams, Saints, Bills. Man, these are all like one...
I'm pointing with my pointer. I went to get a pen, and I love.
So I've decided that one-syllable
pen.
names is where you excel.
Okay, so, definitely. So what I was going to say is about Geno Smith before you took my train of thought. I have Rex Ryan's going to get fired, and it's kind of a bummer because he did have a lot of years there. Let's say 5, maybe 5, 6.
Oh, he's had 5 to 7.
Okay, but how many? And he went to 3 AFC championships. Maybe 3, 2?
2 AFC championships with
playoffs
Sanchez.
3 times, maybe?
I think playoffs he's been 3.
As you can see, I studied for this. So
I'm guessing at this point.
Okay, but my point is he has had some bad times here too. The problem is with Rex is now they got the new guy in, and he drafted Geno. I agree with what Bill Parcells said years ago. You say it. You're the one who told me.
What Bill Parcells?
You can't make
if I can't, it's like if I'm gonna make the meal, I get to shop for the groceries.
There you go. And I couldn't remember it. That's why I had you do it. Thank you for not remembering too and making us look stupid. But that's.
Well, I thought you were talking about the other one where he sits there and or they win the Super Bowl and he sits there and he goes, for the rest of your life, nobody can say you couldn't do it.
It's true. Unless you're Lawrence Taylor.
Well, he told that to Lawrence Taylor. That was a totally different thing.
Lawrence Taylor.
Pat Swilling.
He said you can't do it.
Yeah.
The Pat Swilling story. That's awesome.
I love the Pat Swilling story.
Yeah, I do too. And we'll do that a different day, maybe. Well, you can do it. I don't care.
No, we're starting to run.
Okay, so now Geno Smith, he was taken by the guy that, what do you call those guys?
General manager.
Thank you. The general manager. Him and Rex, I don't think get along. Harbaugh doesn't.
They don't see eye to eye on all their picks.
Well, you know what?
And remember, they were also, I think it was, Tim Tebow was brought into that team.
He was.
But that was by the owner. The owner wanted Tim Tebow there.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan didn't want Tim Tebow there.
Well, and I don't blame him. He's already got someone else to hold the clipboard.
Yeah.
But what's sad is now Rex Ryan has to start Geno Smith, and he's going to get fired if Geno Smith doesn't produce.
Yep.
I find that a little on the. That's the sad part I'm talking about. I just think it's lame. You brought in this new quarterback. I think I should get a fresh start. It's kind of like when I go to break in life, and someone comes in and asks me a question while I was on break. Break starts over. So I'm thinking. I
could just see you in there for 2 hours because everybody keeps interrupting your break with a question, and you go, "Got to start the clock over again."
It's over.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
I've had a 2-hour break, but I've been asked 8 questions.
There was a lunch in there. So I'm thinking, if Geno Smith is given to me, it starts over. I got a new 5-year deal. What do you think about that?
It's going to be called the Geno Smith rule. The Geno Smith sucks rule.
Lyle Alzado rule. You're not allowed to take the helmet off the other player and beat them.
The Geno Smith rule is if you draft a really bad, if the general manager drafts a really, really bad quarterback, that coach gets years put onto his. He gets to hit the reset button. He gets to hit the do-over. You guys gave me this terrible quarterback. Do-over.
I'm circling the last one.
Wow, do-over is pretty neat. Do-over in the NFL.
Oh,
do-over.
Do-over's great.
Like a little kid.
I think everybody should get one do-over day every 5 years in life.
But you know what? I think Josh McDaniels would have used the do-over button, and I don't want to think of what happened to this team.
Okay, you got the choice. You have to go to this person and listen. You have to go to listen to this person speak. Joe Montana or Josh McDaniel.
You're just that's
mean.
Can I just jab pencils in my ears?
Okay. One more thing I thought was funny. I brought this up to Randy. Randy's favorite number is
19.
Say it louder.
At 19.
19. And Joe Montana wore number 19 when he was a Kansas City Chief.
Yeah, because he was trying to get on my good side. He knew that someday I was going to blast him on this show for being the best mediocre quarterback of all time. Go ahead and drink. But it's like, best mediocre quarterback of all time. So I thought maybe for one season, if I wear Randy's favorite number.
Please don't say mediocre. I'm getting a buzz.
Like if I wear Randy's favorite number.
Last one.
Johnny Manziel.
No! Okay, now first of all,
He hasn't played yet.
but we still think he's going to be a bust.
I think he's going to be a bust.
But first of all, we'd like to take this out to Johnny Manziel. Randy, he told me he had a dream.
I had a dream.
Not like Martin Luther King, but a dream.
Yeah, my dream wasn't that.
Not near the good.
Not near as memorable.
Like when he actually slept, he had a dream, and he goes, "You're not going to believe what I dreamed about today," and I'll let you tell the story.
It's like basically I had a dream where it's like for some reason I'm carrying around this black box. I'm jumping from building to building.
Cool.
So, just jumping from building. I don't know. I don't jump
It's
that
awesome.
much. But it's like I have this black box in my hand. It's Johnny Manziel's virtual essence.
And he had this real dream.
This is a real dream. This isn't something that just I'm making up. This was a real dream that happened in my head. I'm jumping from building to building, trying to get away from these people that are trying to get Johnny Manziel's virtual essence back.
Obviously Browns.
So I don't know if they'd be Browns fans, but they probably are. But we get to the very end. I take it, I go to smash it on the ground and blow it up, and then I wake up. So, I have destroyed Johnny Manziel's personal essence, we think.
We think. However,
but I have stolen it.
We think we each want $1 million. We
do. We want $1 million. Tax-free, $1 million. We each want $1 million. So Johnny Manziel.
And he's the one that actually did it, and Randy goes, well, why should I be included in this? And I said, because I know where it's at. Therefore...
You can always tell Johnny where it is.
We're thinking $2.2 million. That would take care of taxes, right? We're not.
$2.2 million each would take care of taxes.
I tell you what, I'll take the hit on the taxes because it was your dream. But if Manziel ever watches this, we do have the essence. We don't think it was broken. And not even you, the Cleveland Browns. What the hell?
Yeah, maybe the Cleveland Browns want to get it
back. And I will assure you
that
Randy will go back to sleep, no matter what, and have a dream. And give you back your essence.
You back your.
You may laugh at this, but when you're on your ass getting sacked, you might.
When you're RG3 Part 2, it's like you have a few good games, and then all of a sudden you're getting destroyed left and right. But I will say this, Johnny, when you bring me the money, I will do this for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this show up. This show is done. We are Neutral Zone Infraction. Thank you for watching. Oh, good. The camera was on.
Yeah, good.